morning, everyone. So yesterday I was involved in a, let's call it somewhat heated on-talk argument about small business tax and how much they pay as opposed to employees. Now, I understand that there's a lot of different kinds of tax out there when we're having this conversation, but when it comes to income tax, okay, a business that makes the same amount of money as an employee makes gross is going to pay less taxes, obviously, because they have expenses to go against that gross income, okay? But a business that makes the same amount net as an employee does is, in the end, going to pay essentially the exact same amount of tax. It's within a couple of points of a percentage. So, and the way that works is paying wages, at which point then the wages would deplete the company down to nothing at the end of the day when that corporation is, shut down or whatnot. Or they're paying dividends, and those dividends have, let's call them fancy calculations. There's some gross ups and some dividend tax credits and other things that make it equal, okay? It's called integration. And what the government tries to achieve with dividends is called perfect integration. Now, it's never perfect. Like I said, it's always off by a couple of points of a percentage, but it's very, very close. So a corporation whose net income is the same as an employee's net income is going to pay the exact same amount of tax at the end of the day. Okay, there's no difference there whatsoever. And that was my argument in the chat. That's not an argument, that's a fact. Okay. The other part of this too is that a business that earns money, has expenses, is also going to have those expenses that, they could potentially look like personal expenses, but they're not. They're business expenses because you need to have that stuff, okay? Like internet, like cell phones, that's just simple things. But there's other stuff too, okay? So yes, businesses have an advantage, and I am all for it. I think businesses should have an advantage. I think that there's no guarantee for that business owner working their butts off to make any money at the end of the day. And I think that they should be allotted some sort of advantage for doing well. I've always thought that way. And I don't think there's anything that's going to change my mind on that. Way back in the day when I first started my firm, tax season, I think I worked a lot of hours. I had one staff member. I think I made $6 an hour in tax season. Now, obviously, things always get better when you're working hard, but I wasn't making minimum wage back then, and nobody was there to protect me. And employees have Alberta labor standards to protect them. And we'll talk about Alberta labor standards maybe sometime at some point in the future, but businesses have an advantage. Businesses should pay less to operate, and they're contributing to the society too. And there's arguments for that as well. But, so you look at provincial tax in Alberta for corporations is 2%. That's pretty low. Corporation tax in Saskatchewan is 0%. They don't pay anything for small business corporation tax. But again, at the end of the day, when the owners of that corporation are taking their money out of the company, the tax is going to be paid. One way or another, the government's going to get their money. Okay, so employees need to stop hating businesses, and businesses need to stop hating employees. We're all working together just to earn a living, and I think that should be the takeaway. And hopefully government legislation, rules, and income tax law can keep up with the way the world is changing. I really hope so. They're still really far behind when it comes to a whole bunch of stuff. I could probably make this video go a couple hours long, but we're not going to do that because you have important things to do today. So hope that helped. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends, and be well.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all of which are linked in the description below. We're more than just an accounting firm. We do business consulting and media creation for our small businesses. Consider checking us out. It would really mean a lot. Hope to see you soon.